Oticon in Copenhagen is at the cutting edge of hearing aid technology. 10 years ago, a new leader arrived and decided it was time for a change.
When I arrived at the company in 1988, Oticon was a very traditional business. It was one with hardwood paneled management offices, single-person offices, certain levels in the building where you knew how far you reached in the hierarchy. Today we have virtually no hierarchy. It's an almost completely flat organization. The manager is virtually never a supervisor. He or she is a partner. He or she works together with the staff.
If you are sort of, say, power hungry, this is not the right place to be, because you're much more like a coach. When you feel good as a manager is when you see this team working well and make good results.
To work in this manner is difficult for managers, including for myself. The fact that you're on stage all the time, the fact that your decisions are questions all the time, makes life difficult. And it is difficult. But in the next, say, 5 or 10 years, we'll see that virtually any company, public or private, will move into becoming much more knowledge intensive. And those companies will need to face the challenge that the hierarchy is just not the right way of organizing a company in that situation. You've got to get rid of the structures, you've got to get a much more flexible job description, you've got to get a totally open working environment, you've got to have much more fun.
At Oticon, people belong to several project teams at once, often playing an entirely different role in each.
The best thing about working for Oticon is the flexibility in that you can work on the things that you find that you're good at and that you're interested in, and you're not fixed in a certain position just because you happen to be there.
For example, I love to write, and I have undertaken to write quite a few brochures, etc. And you know, I've been part of a project and I've been criticized by this project leader.
The downside is sometimes that you can be a bit confused or a bit stressed by being in different projects at the same time. You have to keep your mind on one thing in one moment, and then you move into the next, and you have to be there and focused on that.
There are more people than there are desks here, and nobody has exclusive rights to one. Instead, people store their work in their own caddy, which can be wheeled to any desk to be near the people who are working on the same project as you that day.
Well, the best thing I enjoy working with Oticon is the freedom I have. Freedom to organize myself, the freedom to move around, the freedom to ask people.
I like working for Oticon because of the freedom to do funny things and the flexibility to design my own working day.
From the very beginning, it has been assumed that we want to be equal partners, and we are adults and we can be trusted, and that we don't have to be regulated like children.
If you want to manage a company like a machine, you really have to have a full control panel with all the buttons to turn, etc. But if you want to manage a company that works like a brain, and that's the concept of tomorrow's knowledge-based company, there is no control board. The control board is a set of values.
It's built on trust that you do the best you can, and for most people I think that also encourages them to do their very best.